With my first ever marathon coming up in less than a month's time now, I have been doing a lot of Zone 2 training, and this is what I found over the last 30 days. The most significant impact it's had is that my VO2 max has increased as a result of it, going up by 1, so going from 54 to 55. This has been slowly increasing over the past few months because of the amount of training that I've need to be doing for a marathon. But over the last 30 days, that increase by 1 is good to see. It's a positive step forward. It means that the aerobic base that VO2 max is needs to be able to build upon through Zone 2 training is working, and that I'm able to be getting fitter as a result of it. Quite tricky because you are needing to check your heart rate, or for someone like me that's always running with someone, with my guide runner, I can recognize now when we're out of Zone 2 and into Zone 3 because I'm feeling slightly out of breath when we're having a conversation, and I'm able to recognize it a bit more. If we both go quiet because we're both trying to focus and run, that normally means we've bridged out and we've gone into Zone 3. So we need to come back down, bring up the pace slower and hit Zone 2 again. This has been much harder than you think, running slower than what you want, surprisingly. But it's been a real challenge, sort of finding the right pace, slowing down, and keeping within that Zone 2 that's so important in building the base for your aerobic fitness. With the increase in VO2 max and increase in my aerobic capacity, I've seen my ability to work within Zones 3, 4 and 5 has grown a lot more. As part of my cricket training, we do testing every month, and one of our tests is 3 minutes of burpees. These are chest to floor, up with a jump, just as high as you can manage, really. So trying to just jump as little as possible in order to get the reps in. But in the last 30 days, I've increased from a score of 67 to 71, and this has been a crazy increase because I felt like I couldn't really go any further. It would always be increases of 1 for each burpee round that we were doing every month, and that capacity to be able to keep pushing and pushing is getting it's feeling more comfortable to push through the target that I had for each round. So I sort of came into this testing window being like, oh, okay, I want to be aiming for like 68, possibly 69, but we'll see. But yeah, pushing further to 71 was a great increase to see, and I think it's because of the extra running, the Zone 2, like nearly 3 hours of running, which I know is quite excessive, but for marathon it's needed, and for some people you might want to do something a bit, maybe only a run at Zone 2 for an hour, but it's whatever works for you. And I could definitely feel that capacity increase for, within that testing, but then within the other sports. So within the vision impaired rugby, the way that I'm able to sprint around a lot more, and in my general fitness, when I'm just doing strength training or taking on some circuits, I'm just feeling a lot fresher, a lot less fatigued because of it. And over the past month, I've definitely felt the mental benefit from doing Zone 2 training because of the amount of time that you're needing to run for and the pace that you're having to run at. You are spending a lot of time on your feet, and I always have to have someone with me because I cannot run independently, as it wouldn't be safe because of my vision impairment. But having that time to sort of chat and then having those quiet times have really pushed sort of my resilience, thinking like, wow, I've only ever ran 25 kilometers, and then in the last 30 days now it's increased to 30 kilometers, and it's pushing you past what you can do. And I think for anyone in general life, knowing what you can control and what you're able to have mastery over is essential to having that positive mental health, that positive feeling of well-being, because you are not having control. You've put work in, you're going in and doing exercise and sport has such a good benefit. In a world where we can feel you have that, you are able to do what you are physically able to, and then you can push yourself further. And exercise is a tricky one for some people. Some people hate it, some people find it really hard to access. But when you get into it and you're able to then push through it and push yourself further than you have done before, you just get that amazing, that pride that pushes you to go even further, and that can help within other parts of your life, by trying something new, trying something like content creating for the first time and doing long format videos, and it gives you that sort of, if I can achieve this, what else can I achieve? And that definitely feels that when you've just finished a 3-hour run and you are aching, but you've done it and you've achieved, and that is so powerful and such a good stimulus for the rest of your life. And so definitely over the last 30 days, as it's getting closer to the marathon, I feel like I'm getting more control over my fitness, and I'm just feeling really sort of excited about it. I think it's definitely something that's worth trying, just getting out and doing some running. I know some people hate it, but just start off with something simple. Might not be something like a zone 2 training in terms of it, like a minimum of a 10k. You might just go out and just run 1k or run 500 meters. It's starting wherever works for you, and you really will just see the benefit. I think sport and exercise is an amazing thing, especially as someone with a disability. Definitely if you are looking to increase your general fitness and increase that aerobic capacity, VO2 and VO2 max, you need to get that zone 2 training in. Block out that time. Might not be running, might be something like swimming, cycling, whatever works for you, or even walking with like a rucksack on your back, something a bit more challenging. But building that base can really set you up to then perform at a higher level, or whatever level you want to, really. If this has been helpful, like the video, subscribe for things that are hopefully more helpful fitness tips and discussions around vision impairment and sport, and I'll catch you soon.